I probably should get some more sleep, considering I didn't sleep last night because of an accident.
What happened?
Wait,
are we on recording?
Yeah, we should probably introduce this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Netherblock, where we build a 64 by 64 by 64 block of Nether completely in survival mode.
Hello, I'm Tony.
I'm Tony.
I'm not Tony.
I'm Komette.
I also didn't sleep a lot last night, but because I was stupid and stayed up playing video games. What accident happened, Tony?
Oh, I'm trying this whole microdosing thing, and I'm like, I haven't really felt much, so I wanted to see if they were actually effective. So I had like 14 of them.
What? You had 14?
No, that's
not an accident.
Well, it felt like an accident later. But
Oh god.
that's actually a very small dose for mushrooms still. Like that's like half of what a normal dose would be.
Definitely not what, I don't know. I saw the capsules that you took. I feel like that 14 of those is more than what I took.
No, like that's just powdered out. Like the moment you put dried mushrooms into a coffee grinder, it turns into like this perfect dust, and it just looks very billowy.
Right, but that's
We've
still
had the conversation about edibles 8,000 times, and every time you've ended with, and the thing about edibles is you really shouldn't take too many because it doesn't, kick in for a while. That's something a lot of amateurs do, and then blah 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 blah.
So what happened, Tony?
Yes.
Well, whenever you're tripping, it's kind of a stimulant effect, and you can't really sleep. But the thing is,
because your brain is like
it took 5 hours, and I wasn't feeling anything. So I was like, well, these are really just not very potent. Also, why can't I play? Why can't
he didn't microdose himself. He dosed himself.
I did a normal dose.
He tripped last night. No, probably started tripping after 5 hours, right?
Yeah, but the thing was, I didn't feel any of the effects. Usually you feel like the warm hug of the universe and everything is awesome.
No.
That's how it's always been for me, anyway.
But you just couldn't sleep?
Yeah, it was like I couldn't sleep, but every time I closed my mind, the only time I got any sort of visuals, like this entire time, was whenever I would close my eyes, and it changed depending on the music I was listening to, because I was just like, well, I'm not able to sleep, so I'm just going to do this, because there's always that paranoia whenever you eat some mushrooms and you kind of feel queasy that you're going to like throw up, so it's like, I'm wearing a CPAP mask, I'm not going to throw up wearing a CPAP mask while I'm sleeping. So you end up like just listening to music videos, and like you close your eyes, and I listened to a band called Infected Mushroom, which is basically something you listen to when you're tripping because it's all crazy. And I would close my eyes, and it was a like cascading effect of like insectile shapes and like little hairs and bursting maggots out of flesh and all this stuff, and I was like, this is really cool. And then I moved on to like 9 Inch Nails, and it was like super industrial, and it was like all close-ups on like metal, and I was just like, this is too close, I can't see what you're trying to tell me. And it just like it kept getting weirder and weirder. And then I listened to that weird new Black Mirror thing where they ripped off 9 Inch Nails with Miley Cyrus.
I haven't watched the new Black Mirror. No, not yet.
Well, I was really offended because like someone linked me a song and it was just like Ashley O, and it's like from Black Mirror, and I'm like, whoever did this full on ripped off Head Like a Hole from 9 Inch Nails, and that was very offensive. And then I realized it was Black Mirror and that was Miley Cyrus, and it was meant to be that way, and it was very subversive towards like it's exactly what the song is talking about. Like basically like they keep saying God of money over and over and over again, and like that video had like this weird hollow effect on me. It was just so strange, like because I didn't feel any of the normal physical effects. I fell out of the world, huh?
The world.
I think the transporter's broken.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Okay, but how do we?
I don't know how the coding blocks work. Also, I haven't been able to place any blocks. I don't know what's going on. I'm reloading in. All I'm doing is like raising my shield over and over again.
Dude.
Joe, drop all your stuff and touch this. Well, I guess I don't have any stuff. I'll touch it. Oh no, see, that worked. It spawned me halfway in between the floor.
That sounds just like a glitch. Like that glitch that traps you in blocks somehow, I think is basically you halfway in the floor. And it's what's halfway in the floor is...
Yeah, there's no way to recover that gear.
Well, I didn't have anything.
That's good.
Okay. I've been like going like hardcore bare bones to because we're so close to finishing, and my house blown up, so I believe in nothing now.
We believe in nothing.
I believe in nothing.
Yeah, the house blowing up was rough. That bug... Well, whatever. We all know how I feel about the bug. I've mentioned it 8,000 times. Still haven't found this troll that Griffin and John Malinsky left here. John Malinsky. Jesus Christ.
John Malinsky, yes. John Malinsky sounds like some guy that's gonna, like, unibomb you.
I didn't sleep much because I had dinner with my mom and she stresses me out.
Oh.
How's she been doing it?
She's doing better. She's doing okay. Okay, gas just appeared, fired at me, and then disappeared.
Oh my god, there's a horse doing just 3-6. Ah.
This is weird. Tony, did you microdose everyone?
Now, wouldn't that be? We should do a Minecraft microdosing.
That would be illegal in my state, Manic. If you two, Tony can.
Oh, technically she can't yet because, like, it's only in Denver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it was a municipal thing. Which that's actually how, like, the weed legalization kind of started in Colorado, because Denver was basically like, yeah, we're done prosecuting people for this. And that was in, like, 1993. They just made, in the city of Denver, they made it so under certain amounts of marijuana you couldn't get even a ticket for it.
Interesting.
Because they were like, this is costing us hundreds of millions of dollars a year for very little gain. And that's how it eventually, like, became legal. And it's like, I know that that's, like, the game they're playing with mushrooms right now. It's pretty transparent. Although they did just announce, like, a bunch of bills in Congress making it easier to do research on mushrooms for things like microdosing and everything else.
That's what really gets me.
So you can't even do the research on it?
Yeah. Like, fuck that. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
Like, it's... Well, I mean, obviously there's not... There's some hard research, but it's not like a instant, clear slam dunk for everyone, because everyone's different. But there's a lot of good research.
If it was legal in your state, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come to our state.
There's a lot of people, I think, in the next few years, they're going to see guided sessions with psychiatrists that are doing, like, mushroom trips. It's going to be interesting.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, the depression benefits are what I'm mainly discussing.
Yeah, that was also kind of why I was like, let me see if this actually works. Instead of just doing the micro, I'll just do, like, a full one and, like, just roll with it for a little bit.
An accident. It wasn't an accident. You knew what you were doing.
It was an accident last night.
The only accidental part is that I took it at like 8 o'clock because I wanted to be able to sleep at a normal time. And because the capsules that I bought were too good, it was a slow time release that hit me 5 hours later. Usually you get hit
I got too drunk, so now I'm sleepy at work, is basically what you're saying in layman's terms.
Yeah.
And
it's still a recreational...
Oh, shit. Oh
I'm not tripping anymore.
Oh my god.
So I'm not tripping.
You say you were drunk at work. That's good. Although the next drunk block, oh man, maybe it'll be drunk arc. You should.
We should have just planned it this week so Al didn't have to deal with our drunk asses.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything I need to do later.
Have we told you about the drunk block, Komette?
No.
Really?
Last time Dan was on here, and we've attempted it a few times. We basically just got hammered while playing, and Al drank his ginger beer.
That's pretty funny. It's really funny, actually.
Yeah, and we basically do 2 episodes, and it always ends up being like some sort of mess, and files get lost. And
well, for the record, we did 2 episodes because that's how we were doing the dirt block. Did we do 2 episodes with Dan was on?
I think we did. I think we talked to him for like an hour.
Shit. It's just we were drunk.
Shit.
What are you doing? Oh,
God.
I always wind up with these faraway views of Manic causing chaos. I can just see her across the way.
I think I'm above the. I think I'm below the.
You're under the park.
Yeah, the stupid. Yeah, I am. 100% underneath that thing. God damn it.
It's the stupid I am.
The stupid I am. So to give you some idea of my mom, we went out for Thai last night because she's really craving Thai. Right, that was what she said. You know any Thai places? I've been craving Thai. I haven't had it in a while because of, I guess the place she went to closed. Whatever, that's not important. We're sitting there and chatting. I'm like, oh, so you're, wanting Thai? Where'd you eat in New Jersey? She's like, well, there was one Thai place in New Jersey that we used to eat at. It was terrible. So I'm like, well, that's your only Thai experience. A, why did you keep going there? And B, how do you crave it if you didn't, like, that was all muddled. I didn't understand that at all. Then, we're talking, blah, blah, blah. She's also getting old, so her hearing isn't great and her eyesight isn't great, so navigating the menu and discussing what to order she like wanted to order this trio of appetizers that was like shrimp rolls, shrimp dumplings, and shrimp something else. I'm like, I don't like shrimp. And she's like, well, then you can have all 3 of them. And I'm like, I don't. What? Not to mention the fact that the notion that I don't eat seafood has been covered a couple times in the entirety of my life with my mother, but it has not sunk in yet. And then she,
Yeah, people who love seafood, it's basically like a thing where it's unfathomable to them that it's not good.
But I'm her son. And it's at a point where like there have been birthday dinners at seafood restaurants and like. But no, so time comes to order entrees, and she looks at the waitress and goes, I'll have the fried chicken, the Thai fried chicken. And then she pauses and goes, now is that fried? Because I really don't want any fried chicken. At this point, I'm just like, I don't understand what's happening. She's like, well, it's the only chicken they had. I'm like, I detailed you numerous times how all of these, oh my god, entrees are pick and mix, add your own protein. Like, you can have the curry with chicken, or the curry with shrimp, or the curry with... It was just like a whirlwind. And then we got drunk and had fun. And then I stayed up too late playing video games.
Did she play the video games?
No, I came home and played video games.
Okay.
You needed the stress relief.
Yes, I needed the stress relief, basically.
What game?
RimWorld, but I'm obsessed with making a RimWorld colony where everyone is kitted out in bionic legs, arms, eyes, ears, everything. But it's harder than I expected, because I keep playing it while drunk and doing a bad job of managing battles and everyone dies. And then XCOM, which I'm having a great drunk game going. For some reason. Possibly
do you have a drink?
The DLC for that, we've sort of touched on it. Whoa!
That was a lot of...
That was a big rubber band. We actually sort of, this can go sideways into my Griffin conversation about XCOM, where he... It's weird talking to him about it, because he played the game literally scum-saving every shot, from what I gathered, right?
That sounds like something I would do.
And he's like, I had... Oh, did this blow up?
It's like, I am
Man,
playing
like,
this game...
there's a lava fountain up here.
I'm playing this game in the whole, like, Edge of Tomorrow or Live, Die, Repeat style, where it's like, there are no deaths, it's just perfection.
But he's like, yeah, so wait, did you know there's something called plate armor? And like, if you don't get to plate armor by a certain point in the game, it's like impossible. Well, I take that back, because there are people way better than me. But for me, that's like a huge boost and utterly necessary for the game. And I'm just like, god damn it, Griffin. Yes, I knew there's plate armor.
And he talked about beam weapons, too.
Yeah, it's like, what are these things? I'm just like, I don't understand what you did. I don't understand what you did.
What?
Why did you do this? This
no.
seems very dangerous.
No, don't waste another.
I tried
to...
more OCD.
I tried to fix it. As you can see, I don't know how the mechanic for the lava works very well.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. I'm trying to...
Oh, you almost got slapped, pig.
What are you trying to do?
Don't walk in front of me again.
Joe.
I'm gonna clean it all up.
Okay.
Because... reasons.
Oh,
well,
yes.
That was stupid.
How did that work out for you? All of your stuff is here, don't worry.
That was unbelievably stupid.
Do you want me to pick it up for you? Just in case?
I'm right here.
Oh,
that was so stupid. I mean,
what did you do?
I started obviously burning in the lava, but in my head I was just on fire like I don't even know how you get on fire otherwise.
Wait, you burned the lava?
Generally, the way you get on fire is just hang out with me with a certain type
That's
of bow.
what it is. I'm so used to just randomly being on fire because of Tony that my head didn't think lava, lava, lava. I thought, oh, you're on fire. You just need to eat. And I just stood in lava. Ta-da.
Damn, this rubber banding. I keep losing blocks.
This is partly lava.
Komette, go pick up that server.
In the Nether.
You never told me to do it.
I'm just deciding now. I'm not bad. I'm just saying. It's
There's that weird chime again.
The server is about a half mile from Komette.
Oh.
Like, it's at CSU Surplus, which is like right there, like down the street. It's at Prospect
Have you listened
College.
to it?
No, I should probably call again about that because it might sound like a hurricane. The guy said that because it's not a 1U server, like it's a 2U server, which is the height. It doesn't have the mini fans that are notoriously loud, and it doesn't have like 6 sets of fans. So it's probably not as bad as some servers. But I've had some where it's basically just like, this is a box of screams.
That's like my nickname in high school. Box of Screams.
My nickname was Sunshine.
You would scream about?
No, it's a more
It's
inappropriate
innuendo.
joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could go like also towards like the teeth style thing for Box of Screams.
Oh, yeah, right?
Box of teeth?
Yes,
Box of
because
teeth.
of like the whole vagina dentata thing.
Oh.
Dentata.
We're just going all kinds of directions with this, huh?
Yes.
Kind of the
Sweet.
same direction.
My other nickname in high school was
Well,
Oh,
we getting my sensor beep out, I guess.
that was hard. That was a hard R right there, Tony.
that came right out.
I was just saying what the like actual nickname was.
Moving on.
In high school, they really called you that?
Yeah.
Who? Who called you
just-
this?
Just a bunch of
Zephyr?
random people. I don't think Zephyr ever did. Zephyr usually called me Tone.
Zephyr was in your club. I
He
searched
also
back
calls
to the
my
chat
dad
and found that.
Stone.
Tone and Stone.
Yes. But yes, like it was not him. It was that, and shortly after high school, whenever I was like doing IT work, like one person that was like the only thing he ever called me, as he would like not show up for work, but he came in just long enough to clock in and then vanish for 8 hours. That guy was.
I was
a
gonna say,
douche.
do these people like exist in public?
Yeah, they existed in public. They were pasty white dudes.
But why? I just don't see why they would call you that.
Because whenever I don't have a beard, my lips are very large.
I'm uncomfortable right now.
I'm very
I would like to talk about XCOM again.
Now, like, you think you're
we've reached
uncomfortable?
Joe's limits.
You tried living with that.
Be
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
please stop talking. Wait, multiple people or just this one person?
It was multiple people. I got called it from multiple instances from people that didn't know each other.
Get out.
I'm serious. It was
So
weird.
this was just a saying in your childhood town?
Yeah, apparently.
No, I disagree with this. I don't think that
Well,
it's
you-
a normal saying. I had something to talk about. Oh, I made the ramen.
The ramen.
Yeah.
Yes. We got photos of it in Discord.
I
I didn't see the finished ramen.
That's I think the most appetizing picture that I took. I gotta say, but
Who's been
what?
farming here? There's just lava everywhere.
I've kind of been spreading lava intentionally for a while.
Oh my god,
Like 82
Oh,
episodes.
hooray.
Tony
You're a
Chaos.
dick.
I
No,
just
so I
haven't,
made the
blocked it.
ramen, and it took 2 days to make. I went to 5 different stores, spent like $50. And there's definitely some steps that can be completely like gotten rid of. Like the fish soup that I made I think I let it sit for too long in the video. I think he makes it and then kind of does it immediately, so I'm gonna try that next time I do it. But it was fucking gross, and I like fish.
Yeah, let's say
Like-
fish soup. How did you know the difference between that and good fish soup?
It's just the smell made me gag.
Ah, so you get
It's-
that.
It was my assumption, and I'm assuming that I just let it sit for too long. Because I let it steep overnight, and I think that was like a major mistake.
Yeah, whenever you get that fish rot, that's whenever you know it's a good soup.
Yeah, so like that can be. I think if I do it again, and I have. Oh my god. Oh, is he attacking one of you guys?
Yeah,
Whoa.
he's trying to attack me,
Wait,
but I
wait,
just
wait!
got...
Stop! I wanna. Oh, he's too high. Come down here.
He's coming
Oh.
down, looks like.
Did he have too many
We're
mushrooms?
making him scream horrible, horrible things.
Oh yeah, that's why. Because she's like,
Yeah.
That is a bad
I mean,
shriek.
Jesus, I have never heard that.
You deserve that for what you were doing to that Gast.
It's
I usually
really
don't
weird
die, but.
that I've never heard anyone melee a gas before. That's fascinating.
Yeah, you've
That's
only
where
heard
the
us try
manic
to like
screams come
climb
from.
on it.
You know you can ride a ghast if you put a saddle on it.
Jones.
They could also be considered a scream box.
Ah,
I'm watching your stuff. If you want, I can grab
thank
it.
you. No, I'm
But it's
coming
just
right
it's
here.
spinning picks and nether. I've got like 14 stacks or something to go lay on the block though.
2, 4, 6,
Yeah, I mean-
8, 10. I have 12. I'm gonna try to. I like to try to completely fill my thing now that we're like super serious about.
Your screen box?
Yep. I'm gonna fill my screen box.
Then it becomes a
no,
muffled
anyway,
scream
so
box.
The ramen was really good, and so, like, the story behind me trying to do this is that Scott does not like Asian food very much. Like, he'll enjoy it maybe once or twice a year, but for me, like, I could eat Asian food every day, probably for the rest of my life, and I'd be very happy. Definitely my favorite type of food, and we have really good friends who also really love Asian food, so I was like, okay, well, I'll invite them over while Scott's gone to have this, what I'm assuming is going to be just this amazing, delicious meal. And I went to all the stores, I spent all the money, I spent the hours and hours on making it. It took me forever, because I think I did, like, 4 hours the first night, and then 4 hours the second night getting everything ready for it. Yeah. And the day comes, and the husband who was supposed to come, he cancels. He can't come anymore, and that's like, it was a bit of a work thing, but he ended up getting off like relatively early, but he didn't come over. And then the wife who came over, she was talking about how she wanted to like hang out for a while and all that stuff, and I've been pretty lonely without Scott here. I'm a very much a like want to see people type of person, and so I was excited. And not 10 minutes after she ate, and having her child, who I love, Henry, he's adorable, but he absolutely destroyed my apartment, like playing and just ripping everything down and everything. She left not even 10 minutes after she finished eating.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and so I like felt super disappointed about the whole thing, and I was like, I just wasted all this time and money and effort and everything to do something nice for my friends, and they like kind of bailed on me. And then I spent like 4 hours after she left completely deep cleaning my apartment.
Why did she leave so quickly?
I don't know. I think...
That seems to be like a parent thing where they're just like, I'm not feeling this, I'm bailing.
Yeah, so... I felt very bummed out about the whole
that's
thing.
That's a sad story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And the ramen, like, it was good. I think a lot of the steps, the amount of effort that I put in, I was expecting it to just be, like, absolutely incredible. But I think I could, get something just as good at... there's a new market here in town called Lucky's Market, and it's, like, all natural or local or something like that, and they have a ramen...
It's all something.
It's something like that. It has a gimmick of some sort, And they have a ramen shop, though. So, I think I could get just as good of one from, like, one of those places.
It's also one of those things where you don't really know how to make something phenomenal until you understand, like, how all the spices work together and all that. It's like, that's your first attempt at making ramen. It's gonna take some time. Like,
and if I want to, I have a lot of the stuff. Like, I have all the dried stuff still. And I've made a marinade that the soft-boiled eggs and the pork went into, and it's the single greatest thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. And I'm definitely going to keep that recipe for the rest of my life.
What kind of...
No, it's
marinade?
called char siu, and it is like 1 part soy sauce, 1 part mirin, 1 part sake. And then it has ginger.
Which one's mirin?
And
Which one's mirin?
It's like a sweet rice vinegar.
Okay.
And then it had green onion, ginger, and garlic in it. And it was absolutely incredible. Like, I had some left over and I froze it, and I think I'm gonna marinate the steak that's defrosting right now in it for tonight.
Need more steak in my life. I had like 6 steaks in a row this week. It's like they had a good deal on New York Strip, and I was like, well, this is all I'm eating forever.
I like steak.
I think I could do Jordan Peterson's carnivore diet, in all honesty. I don't think I should, but I think I could.
I didn't realize you had one.
Yeah, he's got like a lot of autoimmune issues, and like the only thing he eats now is like ribeyes and salt.
And his body is happy with that?
His body is way better. He lost like 50 pounds. Like his immune system
because
regulated itself. It's probably more of a full-on elimination diet, like for everything else. I don't necessarily know if it was carbs, But like his daughter has a very similar condition that I do, and like she basically did the same thing. Now she's full carnivore and doesn't have it anymore. She just is like 30 with a hip replacement. It's weird. It does like
same thing you do, but she cured it by only eating meat.
Oh, it's very similar. It's like she even uses the same medication I do. Like it's the same category, and like they're basically like all about. Well, we just eat only meat now, and I'm like, don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. I will straight up just eat bowls of ground beef.
They must take a multivitamin.
Yeah,
nope.
That's where I was.
It's not possible to like. You need like vitamin D and vitamin.
Yeah,
like,
vitamin D you get from the sun because we're plants.
Well, I mean, everybody. Did you know that everybody in Colorado is vitamin D deficient?
Yeah, it's weird.
Tony.
What happened?
I was helping Joe.
Oh God.
I've been troll building everyone for like episodes now, but I'll yell at Tony when he does it to me.
It's like Joe's he knows how serious I am about Astroneer, and his only goal is to completely troll me in it. And I get so angry. Like, I have to, like...
That's also, like, one of the areas... Like, when I get to record, I don't have to give a shit about anything, and I don't have to organize or, like, double-check things or whatever, and I can just... Oh, it was so fun driving that car into that hole.
Oh my God! I was so mad.
If you want to see a dynamic where I'm a 6-year-old kid and Manic's my mom, then that is the show for you.
That's literally what he's been calling me. He's like, "Mom, help me."
I'll just stand next to her and be like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
And then I'll tell him to do something, and then he'll go do something else.
It's so much fun. It's wonderful freedom. I also honestly didn't really piece together the suit. I knew you were obviously not delighted with the way I was acting, but I forgot it was like, well, how do you take that game so seriously? It's so fun and cartoony and light.
There's I think it's because, like, low-key, we're so far behind my other save that I'm, like, anxious to try to catch up. And, like, it's not logical in any way, shape, or form. Right. But I'm like, we have to do this, and then we have to do this, and then, like, we did something yesterday, and I was like, why did we do this? We should have just finished all the nodes on the current one. Like, I was...
But you also didn't... Also, I have to say, your teaching, quote-unquote, is...
It's not very good at all. That was the joke at the beginning of the intro of the last episode. It was like, where Komette doesn't really, but tries to teach Joe anything.
That's sort of why I get ADD, too. I'm just like, well... I'm supposed to be learning how this game works, and I don't obviously know the basics and everything, but I just go explore and learn on my own.
I still don't entirely know how that became like the main thing on this channel, is like other people teaching people badly how to play.
It's so fun.
It's so strange to me. It's like we're banking on the fact that people are going to be like, these people are idiots.
Yeah. No, well, I was telling somebody about my job. I think it was somebody at my new job, which. I'm not like leaving or anything. That sounded bad. But at my other job, yeah, I got a very, very, very very part-time bartending job, and they actually sought me out, which was really like validating and kind of cool. But I was telling them about the channel, and I was like, yeah, we have Let's Plays and tutorials and stuff, but I really like our tutorials because it's not just like we're gonna teach you to take this step and then we're taking this step. It's one of us teaches the other how to do it, and usually it's really bad. So yeah, I thought that was funny.
It's also how I learn. I mean, the Astroneer is very young, so I'm not sure how great of a tutorial that is, but with Al and I, like, both of us just crashing into things and failing is wonderful for learning. It's quite nice. It's kind of why I also part of the reason why I sort of pushed Komette in Pusher Buttons, because I wanted to just start doing and explaining and failing more. Not that isn't also doing every job in her own way, but yes. But it turns into me just like, come on. Blow something up.
But then he'll, like, take the newly made tractor car that I made him and purposefully, completely drive it into a huge hole that I've made. And then I have to rescue said tractor that I made for him, by the way. I made that specifically for Joe.
You also kept mentioning how dangerous the hole you were making is. So I was like, well, this is obvious.
No, you were talking about how dangerous the hole is.
No, you were.
Yes.
Sounds like somebody's going to have to grab a clip.
You did that on purpose. Was her only reaction. I was like,
He did 100% do it on purpose.
God.
The problem is you're also very susceptible to be trolled, Komette, so it's like...
What?
You're
When I'm serious, it's very easy.
You're very susceptible to it.
It's very, very, very easy.
You can't give us your serious face and expect us to take it serious.
shit.
It's just a thing here.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% realize. Like, I understand, but
You might not be expecting it from me, though, which is another mistake.
Yeah. You're always nice
I'm
to her.
learning. I'm very, very slow.
I've known her long enough that I get to be mean to her.
Yeah.
I want to tell a story back to Komette's ramen. I have a friend loves cooking. Never did like professionally, but super hobby chef. Does really great work and a lot of he's made a lot of great dishes. He got crackers on the brain one day. I was like, I'm gonna make crackers. He had like the day off of work, and he was like, yeah, I've always heard homemade crackers are great. And hours of dough and raising and folding out and shredding, like prep, all of this huge project. And he finished up and he's like, right. I just made Cheez-Its. It was like I literally could have gone to get a box of Cheez-Its, eaten them, and had the exact same thing.
Yeah. I like the chicken stock. Yeah, I think it's very good for me that I made like bone broth. And it was very easy to make bone broth, and I'm happy. Is Tony in the overworld?
I'm assuming Tony's in the overworld, yes.
Yeah, I'm almost done laying stuff. If you want me to go to sleep, I can.
Yeah, please. Because I almost died on the thingy.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I was...
The thingy's now dark.
I fell.
Like I could have probably bought chicken stock, which that was like one of the easier things.
Yeah.
I could have probably not done like the mushroom soup and the kelp soup, and it would have been totally fine. Even like the clam soup, which I would do the clam soup instead of the fish soup anyway.
I mean, the next time you make it, you're gonna cut out a ton of steps and stuff, and much more streamlined.
And make it like $30 instead of $50.
It was also like so many dishes. Like I had to do dishes for like a solid 40 minutes afterwards.
You also don't have a dishwasher there, do you?
I do not have a dishwasher. I don't even know. I've been like kind of trying to think of where I would put a dishwasher, and I have no idea. I could put it where the microwave is.
I bought that like countertop dishwasher.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that would be a little difficult. You could also just leave it out on the front porch. Hook up a hose to it.
What the hell am I doing? Sorry.
Trolling.
Brain fart.
Ow!
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are you here? Why?
What?
Huh?
There's a gas that was very violent that might have killed me.
I thought he said ow.
No.
Ow,
I said
Because I definitely heard. Yeah, I was like, what? Is he like a ghost? Did he like come on here to troll us and like?
It's Albert.
I didn't pay attention. Did Al actually go anywhere, or did he just take time off?
I think he took a bunch of day
Staycation, I think.
trips. Like he took his kids fishing at the local.
Whoa!
That's cool.
Wow, that
The
was
local
weird.
whoa. I want to go
At
there.
the local whoa. That was my nickname in high school. I actually just lost all my gear for like 2 seconds with that rubber band. That was interesting.
See, if you added a
was like-
racial slur, then well, it would make more sense for a nickname.
No, that's not how nicknames work, Tony. Except apparently in your childhood circles.
That's not childhood though. That was like high school.
Yeah.
That's childhood enough.
It's like where they know better.
Yeah. You severely underestimate the know better of teenage boys.
Yeah, I would say yeah. You lost me there.
Like, basically, like, teenage boys are the most dangerous thing on the planet because they're just raging with hormones and they're trying to prove things.
What is
trying
that
to prove-
noise?
They're trying to prove they're not a pussy. They're trying to prove that they can, like, get laid. They're trying to prove, like, 10,000 different things. And that makes them
never
dangerous
heard
and
of
dumb.
Dumb
my God,
teenage
I
boys.
Why aren't these skeletons blowing up? Firing fire.
Why are they firing fire? Are they on
Yeah,
fire?
this is how I teach things, by the way, is that I'll say things that make no sense at all.
That's awesome. Either that or half sentences.
It's
I think
100%.
you should maybe go do... And then you just trail off.
No, and then I'll be like, the thing, we should do the thing. Go in the thingy. Remember to put that thing in the thingy. And he's like, what? Can I kill him with a block?
We need to put like Komette on a charisma trip. Like I make her build more about that. Like get her some perk points.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely need that.
Just gives like the speech points.
Yes.
Like I feel like my intelligence is there, but like not the charisma and the.
There's just there's a little bit of a bump in the road between like what you want to say and what you end up saying. I do that all the time.
I don't have any weapons because of
Death.
losing all my stuff, and there's these 2 skeletons that keep on getting on fire, but
They don't die.
Where are you at?
I'm on the block.
Oh. They probably keep going under the shade and getting...
Are they smart
healthier.
enough? Oh, yay!
But the pathing, it's pretty dark in the the block nowadays. In the large areas.
Is there other ones still
I feel like
here?
we've actually made substantial progress today, though.
The past couple
Get
episodes, there's been a
into-
lot of netherling and less deaths overall.
Unless you're like sitting there and you like just dive in.
Except for Al.
Come here.
Al's now slowing down, which is funny because he's terrified of the block.
What? Is he like doesn't want it to end?
No, he's
No,
terrified
he's-
of the block because he's like he doesn't know how to do combat in games. Like it's very
Yes,
strange.
He's horrible at it.
He
his
has the
charisma
reaction
fallout
time
build
of
is
like
amazing.
a drunken baby. It's like
He'll
somebody
just sit
gave
there
him.
firing like, without moving. It's really weird. I've watched a fair amount of his FPS now, and it's just like I really don't understand. If there wasn't VATS in Fallout, I have no idea how he would have gotten anywhere in that game.
Maybe that's why he likes Fallout so much.
Yeah, he definitely is all about the VAT system.
Oh yeah,
He's like, oh, I don't
He
have to
doesn't
use
use
my
that
going
mouse.
into
but he
that
uses
hole.
it well enough.
Ha! Ha! Oh, he didn't drop his fancy bow.
Oh yeah, it's randomized if they drop stuff or what they drop.
He had an enchanted bow.
Tony, did you? I guess you didn't hear this sort of.
But the Broncos owner Pat
Directly,
Bolin died.
indirectly would be fine.
Ow!
What?
No, I heard about that this morning.
Who
Heard about
died?
what?
The owner of the Denver Broncos died. He had
Oh
Alzheimer's.
shit!
Yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't what I was going for, but
What?
Yes.
How did he die? What, did they know that he was gonna die?
Yeah, he's like
Pretty
been
old, right?
he's had Alzheimer's to the point where he hasn't been functional for like 6 or 7 years now.
And he was still the owner. He didn't try to sell.
No, he like his
His
family put
family?
it into a trust and like they're deciding who the new owner would be, but they're like trying to blackball one of the daughters because she's kind of a bitch. So they added all these weird stipulations about like how she had to go back to business school despite being like 50 years old.
That's my
that
future.
sound. Your dad owns the Denver Broncos?
No, they're gonna blacklist me because I'm kind of a bitch.
The Hurt Box or whatever? What was it?
My screen box. I'm pretty sure my family should not know about my screen box.
Somebody on this realm build the screen box.
Oh my god.
Please don't.
If you trap a ghast
square-
inside and punch it a bunch, you can make it a
my
screen box.
Oh no!
Did you hear that Al made it through Fallout New Vegas on a speech check?
Yes,
Yeah, you mentioned it on
I think
something.
I mentioned it somewhere.
like
yeah.
it's in the title of the
astounding.
video, and it was the push that we did on Reddit.
Yes, that's correct. That game's freaking amazing.
New Vegas?
Yeah, it's so good.
Are you excited for the new title from those guys, like the Other Worlds or whatever?
But like, I feel like it keeps getting pushed, which is giving me bad vibes.
I'd rather have a game pushed than released too early.
Yeah, it's that old saying
guess it
that
wasn't
developers have where it's like, people don't remember whenever you pushed a game. They remember a bad launch.
Yeah.
That's true. I think I heard something else worrisome about it then, because that's smart, and I'm smart, so I don't think I think that.
You're like, I'm logical, yeah! That
I
makes
feel like
sense.
I got some bad mojo about that game somewhere, and I don't know what it was, but
I mean, it
stuck
could
with me.
entirely be a flop. It just looks like it's going to be fun.
I mean, I think their developers are great, and it looks like a good idea.
Wait, can they spawn even when it's not nighttime?
If they're in shadow,
but not
yes.
next to you. There's a radius around you where they can't spawn. That's why our mob spawner had to be so far away from the surface. But yes. Speaking of, I haven't been in the mob spawner in ages. So, you are so lucky, little
I like
kid.
set up my nightclub and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get passive income, and then I like hired a bunch of people for it, and then I was like, oh, I probably should have bought businesses before hiring them because now they're just
You
sitting
have,
here.
aren't
don't
some
have
of the crates
crates.
stuff you already have?
Nope.
You have nothing?
Nope, not a single one of the 7 options I have. Like no motorcycle club, no nothing.
No,
so it's like,
I thought vehicle was one.
I gotta grind a little bit. I was just a little surprised.
I apologize for not walking you through that better.
No, that's okay. That was me just being a scrub ass
bitch.
bitch.
Scattered at the end of our
scrub ass bitch. That was also my nickname in high school.
I mean, that was like scrubs was a thing like whenever you were probably in like elementary school.
Scrub is a guy. I think it's fine.
Whoa! I thought it was about to fall.
Also known as a buster. Yeah,
is it elementary school?
Scrub is.
Yeah.
No scrubs. I have no idea why that song's so popular. I don't understand why a lot of songs are popular.
It's a great song.
Why?
And then like the guys like
it's catchy. It's pop music. Pop music is popular.
It's not pop music.
And there's a lot of girls who dealt with scrubs and identified with the song. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know something I've learned is that women like to dance with each other, and if the song that they grew up listening to comes on, they will all scream and dance.
Yes,
it's
that is standard girls stuff.
It's standard girl movie stuff too, which is mind-bogglingly terrible.
And it's Pride weekend, so it's standard everybody's stuff this weekend. All the queens are getting out there and just dancing away.
Is it the weekend this weekend? Is there an official... We are not getting that close to the top. I thought we were getting much closer to the top.
Like, are you talking about the band The Weekend, or are you talking about, like, what weekend? Pride weekend?
I know it's Pride Month. Is there, like, a specific weekend where it's, like, Super Weekend?
Yeah,
Super
this is the one where you walk into Denver and it just turns gay. Like, uber gay.
Yes.
Like, dudes walking around in, like, leather thongs, and you're like, please, just, for the love of God, put something on.
There's a great Onion article from, like...
They're free!
20 years ago. It's like gay pride parades sets back mainstream gay acceptance by 20 years or something like that. The photo is of this float with just the cocks and like a guy and like a... It's just so spot
Sounds about right.
I support any sexuality you want, but I hate flamboyant, in-your-face...
Anything.
So you're saying you're not okay with the guys wearing short shorts and Timberlands, like, or roller skates? Just going around
in the clubs or if they're... I don't even know.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's hard to explain exactly what it is that drives me nuts about that, but that's probably a bad choice of words.
Well, thankfully you'll be out there.
What it is that irks me about it's like sports fans who go completely nuts and dress... Ow. Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought that was one of you trolling me. It was a zombie.
I was always the kid that wore like war paint to games and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, it's just like I
don't know, or like men who like completely destroyed their TV because their team lost. It's like almost that level of like muchness.
I've never understood the whole break your stuff because you're angry, because that would make me way more angry than like whatever I was arguing about.
They need to get their aggression out because they're men.
Yeah, but I'm too cheap for that. I'm just like, I like my phone. My phone didn't cause this. I'm not going to throw my phone. I will just sit here and stew and be angry for a little bit and then get over it.
Well, no, you're still right. It still would cost. I was going to say there's probably gambling involved too, but it still would be breaking your stuff, which doesn't make sense to Tony. Oops.
I wish there was more sports gambling near me. Yeah, I'm heading to sleep even though it's time to wrap up the block.
I have 2 more stacks. Boo.
Just means your head start on the next episode.
Oh man, it's really dark on the block.
Yeah.
Really dark.
The vast of night. Sleep.
Someone sign us out. I'm finishing up my stack.
If you enjoyed this, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/whominutcos, where you can get the bonus podcast as well as get all these things early. Also, if you love us, just, tell a friend, share, subscribe, hit the bell, cuddle us gently.
You know how I described it, and I've been describing it to people, Patreon, and I think it's such a great way to describe it. It's like, hey, you have a really good friend that's opened up a coffee shop, and you go to that coffee shop to buy coffee to support your friend. That's like the same thing as Patreon.
Yeah. Especially like the $2 and $5 level. I always recommend the $5 level so you can get pins and stuff too.
Have you know the pins?
No.
I forgot about the pins.
Oh, jeez. Okay, thanks everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Yes.
Bye.
Remember, if you like what you've been watching, you can become a member over at Patreon right now. The link is right in your face, and you will get all kinds of cool stuff.